Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel outside the target demographic. Today the upgraded passenger mirror came in for the 2018 Subaru Forester, so let's go ahead and get started swapping it out. As a reminder to those who have been to the channel before and information for those who are new, this is a 2018 Subaru Forester base model, and as such the mirrors are reflective and very little else. So with the upgraded mirror that I got off of the eBays, it is heated, and you can tell that by there's a very slight rim around it. You can see it's also a slightly different color, but that is indicative of the heating element. It is also illuminated, so when I unlock my car, it illuminates, hi Anara, the side of the car, and it will show you if there's any puddles, someone hiding there to jump you, if the kids dropped a toy. Helps you identify your car because it will also light up the side as well as the ground, and it's usually going to be right there, so it actually works pretty well with all that. And then the last thing it does is it is an auto dimming mirror. Now that is based on the assumption that your rear view is one of the smart mirrors. I think it's $500 additional. This car did have that as an option already installed. So if the rear view mirror dims, then it will send the signal to both the driver's side and the passenger side to go ahead and dim this as well. So this guy I finally found after about a year of looking for $65 on eBay. Absolutely worth the upgrade, in my humble opinion. And that's not based on nothing. That's based on the fact that a year ago I replaced the driver's side mirror, and it's been fantastic. Of the two, if you can only find one, which the driver's side is always available on eBay in my experience, that one's worth doing more, because as the driver, this is going to be sitting closer to you, and all headlights behind you are going to seem much larger than the one at the passenger side of the car. Your surface area is going to be substantially smaller than being right here. So it will give you the best return on investment as far as the auto dimming goes. So while we have this off, I just went ahead and cleaned the mirror side. It's going to give you the best leverage right now. This is your I think they call it a anyways, it's the unlock light, courtesy light, I suppose. I believe this one is going to be your dimmer. You can see it's wired into the edges, and you have a couple strips for the heating element right there. And then this one is going to be your heating element. Now, I will say, in my experience, the base model Subaru did not have the wiring harness already wired in for the heating element, but it does have everything else. So we're going to go ahead and pop this guy off and take a look, see. Hopefully, maybe this side possibly has the heating element. I'm pretty sure it won't, but we'll go ahead and show you how to get this off and put the new one on. As I said, I've already replaced this on the driver's side. It's actually super easy. Absolutely worth it, if only not to get blind at night. But again, the wiring harness is already ran for the unlock light, which I didn't think I would need. Honestly, I thought it would be the least necessary of the upgrades, and I'm really liking it. So what you're going to do, we're going to go ahead and remove this very nice, ultra ridiculously wide blind spot mirror from the old one. I'm going to pivot the mirror as far up as it'll go, so the base is pulled away from the mount, and then the top is pushed into the mount. And then we're just gonna pull and what you're trying to do, there we go. So what we're trying to do is these two snaps have to give. So it is going to be quite a bit of leverage. I would not yank on it. That's a great way to break things. These two are gripping. There'd be a tooth right here and right there. You're going to be fighting that. So you can get your fingers up under this part, and for your benefit, it says made in Japan and a part number. You can feel that almost like braille on your fingers, so you know exactly how deep to get up in there, and then go ahead and give it a yank. if I have this set up there, the bottom of this is going to be just at about that shelf. So you could get probably up to your first joint up under there. And you're just slowly going to start peeling until the bottom two break. Once the bottom two break, you can see these teeth are angled up and they will engage into those slots. So I essentially popped the base out and then slid the mirror down. And we have our stock mirrors here. Now comparing that to the new one, probably almost very similar to the same injection molding. We have the same slots for the heating element and things, but it's as simple as popping the new one into place. Over here. The other thing is, and I don't think, it does, beautiful. So we're gonna put this here. You can angle the mirror out, which is actually going to give us a little bit more access here. Where was the last one? So I'm pretty sure it's up in here. Up in here. We have a wiring harness that is wrapped in some foam material. On the other side, I believe there is a foam hatch cover that you'd have to peel off, and then you'd get access to this. This one appears to be in almost like a sock, like they rolled it into a burrito on itself. But you're just going to strip those away. The one thing I do like about Subarus is they apparently save money with wiring harnesses by just installing the same wiring harness, regardless of your trim level. And then they'll just not terminate the connections at the other end for, hypothetically, but also in reality, a base model. So we have here the black are the actual connectors we're going to be using. There's a tab right here, and you'll see the tooth engages on the white. So you're just going to push down on that as best you can, and that ejects out. It's going to be the inverse on this one. We're going to be pushing in the white as close to the black as we can. We're going to be pushing inwards, and we're essentially trying to get this tooth to recess like that. Once you do, both of those pop off. Super simple. While we're looking around, what do you do? That's going to be the 4-way control for your power mirrors. So it looks like this does not have the heating element, in which case I can route a wire down this and I can go back into the door, something I've done with my noise deadening series. But since we are here, I'm going to back you up a little bit. So it should be keyed. Yes, it definitely is. So this one has the push tab, as we've already mentioned. This one has the receiver for it, and you'll see that these two are the same type of connector. They're both the female, this one's the male. So we're going to click that one into place. The color coding does not appear to be the same, but we have a red and white and going to the blue and orange. For the black and brown, we're going to be going to the green-ish, kind of more of a teal, and yellow. And this was already disconnected. This appears to be a used mirror, which is fine by me, but we are going to reroute that a little bit better. So I'm pretty sure this is the dimming connection. Click. And that can go here. How would you fit? Like that. Beautiful. And then we'll just push that into place. So we are inside the car, and I wanted to show you that we do have the Subaru icon there. That's going to be your approach lights. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. So as I lock and unlock my car, those lights are going to illuminate. One, it reminds you you're buying a Subaru and driving a Subaru. Second, as I said, it's actually pretty bright at night, and I will show some footage of that as well. But it will illuminate the sides of your car. It will illuminate the ground at the sides of your car, and it will help you identify your car. When you go into a parking lot and you hit your lock unlock button, typically your hazards will flash or your turn signals, whatever. They will go boop, boop, and that's it. These approach lights will stay on for, I think it's 30 seconds, 45 seconds. So it will continue to illuminate your car and make it a little bit easier for you to find it, as well as approach it, as well as load things into it. So those lights by themselves are actually pretty nifty. I'll have to roll in some footage later on tonight. I'll show you the approach lights, and I'll show you what it looks like when the auto dimming mirror dims. It's very nice. This is my first car that has that function. Well, this is the first car that I added the function to. Clearly, the base model does not have that built in, but we'll roll in a little bit of footage for you on that. Here we are at night when I do this and unlock the car. Again, your hazards will flash, but on the driver's side, I had the approach light, and now on the passenger side, I have it as well. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera from what the screen shows me. The answer is not very, but it's actually relatively bright. This is the garage door, almost a car length away, and you can see in the center of the screen there a darker triangle. That's the shadow being cast by the two light sources. So it's actually relatively bright, and I can clearly find the door handles, and if I can find them, the kids can clearly find the door handles. It makes finding your car in a parking lot much easier, and you'll notice as it starts dimming, it's linked to the same amount of time that your cabin lights are on. So if I can get all of them in the shot at the same time, as the cabin light times out, the approach light will die as well. All right, so we're inside the car. We're just set to auxiliary mode, just so everything's powered on. And you can see the rear mirror, the side mirror, and the side that I recently replaced. So I'm going to zoom in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trick the mirror into thinking there's someone behind me. And you can see the dimming effect in effect. So it's kind of a greenish tint. The 90-95% of the center, you can see the stays clear frame all the way around. And then I'm going to stop the dimming cheat on the mirror, and it does take a while to respond in case like a car goes down a hill or gets blocked by a hill. It doesn't flash you again, and you can see the mirror has returned. So basically what I'm doing, this is the rear view right there. You can see in the center kind of a greenish sensor. Let's see, can I hold you here? And the sensor is going to be right there. You can just barely see it, especially when it tints. But it is dark in front of us, as you can tell. And then it is waiting to detect light coming in from behind us. And if those two circumstances are recognized by the mirror, then it's going to go ahead and dim them. So I am able to dim the rear, driver, and passenger side mirrors now that we did the upgraded mirror. I really like it. As I said, it is very beneficial for me. I've got sensitive vision, especially at night, and especially with the Ohio has anyways, the caliber of drivers are such that you will be blinded by high beams and or misaligned headlights every night and day that you're driving. So this is a way to mitigate that, and wasn't even that expensive to do it. So this is outside the target demographic. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, leave them in the comments section below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.